So I recently started this live stream. Today we're gonna talk about Apple Glass. So I was looking at John Prosser, and I figured Apple Glass could be really cool actually. But I see a few problems and benefits around it, and we're gonna talk about more on what that is. So right now I'm just driving through Fort Saskatchewan. We are in Canada, Edmonton right now for location. Just a scenic route coming from work right now. Just a nice little drive, 40 kilometers per hour. Shout out if you are from Canada. Hit the like button or just comment below where you are from. But yeah, it's just a nice scenic route. Now we're in town, driving through Fort Saskatchewan. But anyways, I'm looking at Apple Glass. Apple Glass. Is that? See, the problem with Apple Glass and all these accessories, it's always just an upsell. I'm totally on board on more technology. Let me just make this turn 1 second. Stop, and then there we go. I'm totally on board on increasing or progressing on our technology here. It'd be nice to just have like some sort of sunglasses. Like I have 20/20 vision, nothing's wrong with my eyes, and it's something nice to just kind of flex, right? Here you going around and be like, oh, is that the new Apple Glass you just wearing? And be like, oh yeah, this is Apple Glass right here. It's very nice, you know. But the thing is, would it be worth it? Would you even need that? Really, like it's not something that you. For me, it's not something that you need. It's like another thing. Like for example, here, Apple has all these new phones that are coming out right now, like the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE is cheap just for you to get into the Apple ecosystem. And then what happens is they upsell you on different upgrade like subscriptions, for example. There's subscriptions now for everything, for games, Apple Arcade, where you can buy all these games, or where you have a subscription per month and all these paid games. Mind you, there's good games on it too, and you get to play it all. You get to play it all, and all for for that price. And you don't need to have certain, what you call this. You don't need that certain, like you don't have to pay per game. So in a way, it is better. You don't need to. In some cases, you can even stream the game, which I find is better. But there's limitations on that, of course. But as soon as you cancel that subscription, you lose the game. And that's one thing I don't like about it, because I like to keep games. Because let's say you don't finish the game right away, and you're a casual gamer like me. You like to play games here and there and whatnot. That's useful to buy the game, because then you can play it, let's say, next month or next year or something like that. But with the subscription, it never ends. You're always paying Apple something to, paying them money per month, and yeah, you gain it during the time that you're you're paying, but in the long run, you're shooting yourself in the foot because then you're not really owning anything. So here you see there's advantages and disadvantages with it. So the other thing that I want to kind of look at too is another subscription would be iCloud. So there's a downfall with that as well because technically you can go ahead and buy you can go ahead and use Google Drive instead to back up your photos like Google Photos, and that's free. That's unlimited. But the only downfall is you cannot back up straight from your phone. So if you're an iPhone user, you need iCloud. Therefore, that's another subscription that you're gonna go through. So let's just say you pay for the SE fairly cheap. If you know the actual price, comment that below. Okay, you pay for iPhone SE. Yes, it's cheap first hand, and then Apple upsells you with all these subscriptions that will cost you per month. So in contrast now, wouldn't it be better to buy an Android device to pay offhand and you'll pay cheaper later on for subscription, or be like buy an iPhone and then you'll end up paying more on subscriptions. That's one thing that I don't like. So now let's move on from subscriptions. You now have this iPhone SE, which can be paired with an Apple Watch. Okay, good. Apple Watch. And that's another thing that you get to pay either off, you know, um, right away. Like I think Apple Watch nowadays, $500 Canadian. Okay, cool. You got this Apple Watch accessory now. Actually, I want to be able to text and call from my Apple Watch. So now you have to pay $5 more per month on your provider so that you'll be able to do this. Okay. And guess what? Another thing that Apple is releasing now or working on releasing is Apple Glass. So, and here's how I want to tell you the why I don't like this, because I'm all for new technology and it'd be cool to use this daily. If you're a person with prescriptions and you wear glasses all the time anyway, this is a perfect device for you. And if you're an Apple user, sure, perfect. But for me, I don't really like something on my face. I don't like wearing glasses. Um, Apple Glass would be something that um, is an accessory to, kind of show off. I don't know how good it may be as well, because I remember the first Apple Watch. I liked it personally, but you get attached to it. I don't wear Apple Watch anymore or anything like that. I don't have anything accessory. I just have my phone now. And I found that I had the Series 2 before, Apple Watch Series 2, and I loved it. Used it for about 3 years, I believe. But it makes you be attached to your phone. It's almost like an addiction. You wear the watch. Without the watch, something's wrong. And then when you have the watch, all these beeps, notifications, and before Series 2, you have to have your phone with you. So, for example, if you're working out, and you want to get the notification, you'll need to bring your phone with you. And I don't really need notifications when I'm working out, so I just leave my phone there. Yes, I still have my watch to track my fitness and all that stuff. But then, let's say you're in the same Wi-Fi, you'll be able to get notification on your watch, and then it bothers you during workout. It's no good. I like to just go in, do my workout, finish it off, and leave. But with the Apple Watch, it's almost like it's less productive when you're wearing it during workout. And then now we go to Apple Glass. Apple Glass is another thing to distract you on. So, for example, here's the thing. Here's how I see it. I don't know what Apple is gonna do with Apple Glass when you're driving. So let's say I'm wearing Apple Glass right now. Good. So let's just picture it. Let me show you something here. I'm gonna picture it right here. Put sunglasses on. Apple Glass. Cool. We're good to go. Okay. So now we're wearing our Apple Glass. A notification comes in on both sides of my screen because that was the other feature that Apple has for Apple Glass. Is that the notification will just pop up on your screen, kind of like a hologram style. Okay, cool. That's super distracting, I find. It's gonna be unless Apple like disables that as soon as you start driving, because we have driving mode now on iPhones where you don't get notifications and it's all just black screen when you're driving. Then that's fine. Okay. Here's another scenario. You're talking to your friends and family. There's no detection there. There's no there's nothing that will tell you, oh, I'm speaking to someone, therefore you shouldn't pop that on my face. So you get a notification. Okay? This is super stealthy too, because like, oh, it's. I think we're coming into an age where we're just super distracted as people. Personally, I think I'll be all right, but um, getting used to that, where you get a notification on your glass, plus the fact that you are talking to someone is going to be super distracting. We're going to lose the connection with people. You're going to lose the fact that you're supposed to be in now, not somewhere else. Like your people's mind, like myself, even I experienced that I'm I'm very distracted when I'm working. I'm thinking of something else. When I'm doing um, let's say something with my hands, and it's something redundant, and it's the same thing over and over. I start to think of things outside of my hobby, and it's almost like you're restless. That you're always thinking of something else. Like when you're driving, you always get zoned out. You're thinking of, oh, what am I having for supper? Like right now, I'm driving and I'm talking to you guys. Plus, I'm thinking of, oh, what should I have for supper? Or I'm thinking of Apple Glass and how bad it is. We're already distracted as people normally, and the fact that Apple Glass is gonna come out makes me wonder how much more distracted we can be. And that's super hard to think. Like that's a super um, it's almost like it's sad, right? So let me tell you another story when I lost my Apple Watch Series 2. And with my Apple Watch having with me in the 3 years, for me, I was very distracted, like I said, and gonna be uh, always notifications on my hand. Then after 3 years, it actually broke, and then I lost the Apple Watch. It doesn't work anymore. I still have the watch, but it's at home. I think don't do this, by the way. Don't download beta version of WatchOS because Apple Watch is you cannot restore Apple Watch like unless it's attached to your phone. It's dependent on the iPhone. So with that being said, there's no actual physical connection on the Apple Watch. Therefore, you won't be able to fix the watch if something goes wrong with the software. You'll have to send to Apple Store or it's such a hassle to do, right? But this is where the portless, once Apple gets rid of the Lightning, be scared of the iPhone because it'll be hard to fix it by then. But that's another story. Stay tuned for the next video for that, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But anyways, let's go back to the topic of Apple Glass. Oh, my Apple Watch. So my Apple Watch, I was able, it broke and I can't use it anymore. And you know what I felt? I felt liberated. No more notifications. Yes, I miss a lot of phone calls and messages and other platform messages like in Facebook Messenger or Instagram. I miss a lot of snaps, which is fine. I felt liberated and I felt like I didn't have to charge another device every night. That's another thing that I don't miss doing is charging my Apple Watch every night, putting it on a charger. That's brutal. I didn't have any device on me that I need to charge. Oh, that was super liberating, and I just loved it. And now I don't even wear a watch like I said earlier, and it's way better. Just have my phone. That's already distracting enough, and that's enough for me. So let's go back now with another accessory, because another upsell that Apple does is the AirPods, right? So let's just say you again. Let's go back here with the iPhone SE. They upsell you. It's pretty cheap device, and then they upsell you with an AirPods, right? Because it's the perfect device for your phone. So let's it pairs. It's the best earbuds for your iPhone. So you wear it, you start to use it, and you love AirPods, and I love AirPods myself as well. I find that it's very useful for a lot of things, especially when I'm working out. That's one thing I miss, by the way, is having AirPods and your Apple Watch, because you have music on your Apple Watch, and you just get rid of your phone, and that's it, right? And you don't have this big device on you. You just have your watch and your AirPods, and you go work out. If I was gonna get Apple Watch, I'll probably get it just for that reason. But like I said, I'm liberated for not having an Apple Watch. Anyways, with the AirPods, um, it connects with your iPhone SE. Is another something that will upsell. And here's the catch with the AirPods Pro and the AirPods as well. You can use. It's almost like Apple makes you wear this device on your ear because they allow you to hear people around you. Oh, that's very smart, right? Oh, you don't have to take off the AirPods from your ears. You can just turn on this feature, and you'll be able to talk to people without taking off the AirPods from your ear. Okay, cool. But guess what? So it's a marketing scheme, right? Like Apple, because now people would be like, oh wow, I could have an AirPods, and I don't have to take it off. The bother of like putting it on and putting it back, all that stuff, and keep it there and still hear people. And then we go to Apple Glass again. So guess what? You have an iPhone, you have an Apple Watch, you have AirPods on, and the coming AirPods Studio, and then you have the Apple Glass. Now your whole body is pretty much. You might as well buy like Apple might as well just make Apple shoes or Apple sneakers or Apple shirt, Apple pants, then pineapple, Apple pants, right? Apple underwear. They might as well do it. All connected to your phone, powered by the iPhone. It tracks everything in your life. That's crazy. And see again, when people see that, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. The Apple Glass, you can have prescriptions, and you can see notifications. You don't ever have to take it off. I bet you they'll make a glass that becomes a sunglass as well, and then it turns back to clear glass after. Man, like Apple is super smart, and in a way, I like how our technology is getting pushed into a direction where there's so much innovations nowadays. But guess what? It almost puts us away from a place where we are connected with people who are around us, and that's what I don't want. I'm all about the technology. I'm all about things that will push us to the next level of technology. And there will come a day where the A whatever X chip, the processor for the iPhone, will be so small and so powerful that all these Apple Glass, AirPods, Apple Watch will be able to get rid of the iPhone, and it's all working together now. There will come a day where the iPhone will go away, but we will still be connected because of the glass, AirPods, and the Apple Watch, and that would be the day where we will not be connected. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this little talk for the Apple Glass. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below, hit that notification bell as well for the next live video tomorrow or the next day. Comment below if you are for the Apple Glass or what do you think of it. And make sure to hit that like button as well. Share this to your friends and see you next time. Hope you stay connected. Don't forget your loved ones, alright? Stay safe out there. Peace.